My name is Hannah Charlesworth, and I am currently in grade 11 at Oak Bay High School. My English 11 class has recently been studying Shakespeare and one of his many famous plays, Macbeth. William Shakespeare most likely wrote Macbeth in 1606 as the new King of England took the throne. Shakespeare actually wrote the famous play Macbeth to honor this king, King James I. William Shakespeare was an English playwright and poet who is widely considered the greatest dramatist of all time. It is estimated that he was born on April 23, 1564, in Stratford-upon-Avon, 3 days before his known baptizing. However, no one knows for sure what his exact birth date was. Shakespeare died on his birthday, April 23, 1616, at the age of 52, and the cause of his death is also unknown. At the age of 18, Shakespeare married Anne Hathaway, and together had 3 children, Susanna, as well as twins, Hamnet and Judith. His 2 daughters, Susanna and Judith, both grew up to marry, and Hamnet died at the age of only 11, possibly from the bubonic plague. William Shakespeare came to become a popular writer in England, and it is believed that he wrote roughly 38 plays, 154 sonnets, and 2 narrative poems, as well as other various pieces that were lost over time. Shakespeare is known as the English language's greatest writer, while his plays are, to this day, performed more frequently than any other modern playwright. Shakespeare's own vocabulary was approximately 29,000, while the average university student has a vocabulary of about 14,000. His work is used in almost every modern-day language. Overall, William Shakespeare had an eye for telling detail and combined unlike narratives to form something new. Shakespeare had a genius for identifying the essence of a great story and retelling it theatrically. In Shakespeare's well-known tragedy, Macbeth, there is a recurring theme of guilt and ambition. In the first 2 acts of the play, Macbeth is the one who feels the guilt, while Lady Macbeth's ambition to be king and queen is the driving force of his guilt. In the final 3 acts, the guilt switches between the 2 characters. Macbeth becomes numb toward the guilt of killing and becomes ambitious, while Lady Macbeth takes a beating from it. In the following quote, it is clear that the guilt has switched and Lady Macbeth is suffering from it. Out, damned spot, out, I say. 1, 2, why then it's time to do it. Hell is murky, fie, my lord, fie. A soldier and a ferd? What need we fear who knows it when none can call our power to account? Yet who would have thought the old man to have had so much blood in him? These words are spoken by Lady Macbeth as she sleepwalks through Macbeth's castle on the eve of his battle against Macduff and Malcolm. Earlier in the play, she possessed a stronger resolve and sense of purpose than Macbeth and was the driving force behind their plot to kill Duncan. When Macbeth believed his hand was irreversibly blood-stained earlier in the play, Lady Macbeth had told him, "A little water clears us of this deed." Now, however, she too sees blood. She is completely undone and overwhelmed by guilt, and descends into madness. This may be a reflection of her mental health. Macbeth had foreshadowed Lady Macbeth not being able to sleep earlier in the play when she cried that Macbeth was murdering sleep. The moral of this tragic story, Macbeth, is that power corrupts and that we do have control over our own lives. Macbeth decides that he deserves to be king because the witches put the idea in his head, yet the ambition was already there. Ambition is the driving force of all the murders in the play and of all the guilt that comes from it. Ambition causes the down spiral of Lady Macbeth, then later in the story, Macbeth.